WT has been fantastic for me. I was part of the group that got to get AACSB for the College of Business. That's quite an accomplishment. Most people whom I graduated with went to a school that was already AACSB. You just accept that you have the accreditation. I got to be part of creating it, of taking us from one level to a higher level. That's a pretty neat thing to get to do, to move a school forward. I've affected, as somebody once pointed out, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people. That's why you got in the business. That's why I became an academic.
He was a student at WT. A lot of people don't realize that he was a graduate of the College of Business. He loves this place. And so for him, being able to really be a professor here for his career and give back to it, I think that is, people don't realize just how important that is to him. I would say that where we are as a college is a large part to Jim Owens' influence over the years.
I was accepted into the Harvard Business School straight out of the master's program here at WT. There were 42 people in my doctoral class who started. 7 of us finished. But I then finished it. Then was Harvard called. As an undergraduate, I had spent some summer semester in Greece. Well, Harvard looked at the map and said, well, Iran is only about that far from Greece. He'll like it. And they were starting up a new program in Tehran and said, would you like to go? So my wife and I took off and went. We spent 4 years in Tehran, loved every minute, would love to go back, can't, because I was decorated by His Majesty. And both of my children are Iranian. Harvard had arranged it for me to go to UMass, University of Massachusetts. I checked into it. The children have to be given back to Family Services, and I have to reprove that I'm fit to be their father. And I thought, nope, that's not working. Checked into Texas, they're yours. Got a hold of the dean, he created a job for me, and I've been paying back for 43 years. I'm very proud of both my children. My daughter's career military, 21 years in the Air Force, 3 tours to the Middle East, shooting the .50 caliber off the top of a MRAP truck, supplying forward operating bases in Afghanistan. For 8 years, she was in Minot, North Dakota. And for those not aware, there are 2 nuclear bases in the United States. One's in Minot, North Dakota, one's in Barksdale, Louisiana. My daughter was in charge of the armory at Minot. If you ever want to meet an Iranian with the keys to the nukes, I can introduce you to him.
Over the years, we were colleagues. He was my department head for a period of time. He had adopted 2 children in Iran and brought them back, and his daughter was the same age as my daughter, so we suffered through the teen years together at some point in time. And then I taught for 35 years in the College of Business. There was always a Jim Owens. I went to WT for my master's program. There was always a Jim Owens there, and every time I've come back to visit, I've been retired for several years, and I come back and there's a Jim Owens there. So I just can't imagine the West Texas A&M University College of Business without a Jim Owens, but I guess it is coming to pass.
I've known Jim for over 20 years, and when I joined WT, he was one of the very few I connected with. So in different ways, he is a colleague, a mentor in so many ways because he has seen it all. So I'm gonna miss seeing him around, and I'm gonna be missing his sage advice and wisdom.
2 people added 15 years to my career. That's Ann Macy and Neil Terry. I was here when they came. And I've always said, the neat thing about this job is I have these students in class and I get to come play with my friends. What more would you want? But this semester, I'm indulging myself. We just bring up live stuff and I just prance and dance with my little markers, and that's the part I will miss, is walking into a room, bringing up a topic that they had not thought about and watching those eyes light up. And when all of a sudden people go, that's what that means. That's the part I'll miss, is seeing those lights come on.
Jim, we love you. We'll miss you. but we know we're going to see you around. Enjoy retirement.
Jim, oh, I'm going to get emotional. Jim, thank you for being my friend. I still remember being that 28-year-old when Neil and I drove in the pickup. And you've been my friend, and you stuck with me. And I appreciate you so much, and I love you so much. So, Jim Owens, you are my friend. Thank you for being my friend. And I love you, and I want you to have a wonderful retirement. And you better keep sending me, well, actually, you better keep your subscriptions up, because as we all know, I use your logins to get into the Wall Street Journal and The Economist, so I expect you to keep those up just for me. So, but thank you for always being there for me. I appreciate that. Bottom of my heart.